Hello everyone. I am so excited to be a part of cohort 6. My name is Mariah Liggins. I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee, but I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. I have been living here for 6 years and it has been an amazing experience, and definitely it was a good move as far as like career, educational growth, professional growth. It has just been a positive experience. So I currently reside in Atlanta, and my journey began when it comes to my education when I decided to go to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. So when I was in high school and I was getting ready to apply to colleges, I was definitely not one of the students that were in the top of the class. I didn't have a super high GPA. And I remember my guidance counselor looking at me and saying, "You'll never be able to get accepted to any school you'll apply to. Now with your grades and your mom's economic status, you all will never be able to afford to go." So I decided to prove her wrong. I applied to 10 schools. I got accepted to 5 and I got full rides to 3. And I applied all by myself. I remember that guidance counselor actually blocked me from studying from the ACT as well. Like, she wouldn't let me take ACT prep classes because she just truly believed that I was not going to get accepted to college. And I remember like studying by myself in the library with the old outdated ACT book, and I scored really high. Like, I got really high on the ACT, and I remember going to tour all the colleges that I had been admitted to, because since she wouldn't allow me to go on any of the college tours, I found a program in the city of Chattanooga where I live that took underrepresented students and first generational college students for free to visit all colleges across Tennessee. So I signed myself up, got on a Greyhound bus, and went by myself to tour all these schools. So I ended up going to the University of Tennessee, and that is how I got my start. I earned a bachelor's degree in women's studies and a bachelor's degree in African American studies, and I also got to study abroad at the University of Ghana, and it was incredible. And after that, I accepted a job in K through 12 education, so I taught for 2 years, and I liked it, but it definitely was not for me, not that level of education. So I decided to go back to school to earn my master's degree in higher education, and I earned my master's degree from Walden University. After I finished my master's degree, I decided to go ahead and finally start actually applying to jobs in higher ed, and I wasn't sure if I could. I didn't know if I was experienced enough. I mean, I had only earned my master's degree, so I was super nervous, but thankfully, Georgia State University said yes. After applying for so many years, it took a while for me to get into the field, but when I did, I was so thankful. So I started my journey off professionally at Georgia State. Working at Georgia State, I had the opportunity to advise. So I worked in academic advising for 2.5 years. I advised students from all different majors. It was psychology, sociology, engineering, computer science, nursing, whatever walked in the door, I advised, which honestly has helped me a lot because I kind of understand students that are pursuing so many different tracks. So for me, I'm able to like career coach or advise any student for the most part. So I'm thankful for that experience, but it was stressful. Anyway, so that happened. While I was at Georgia State, I also had the opportunity to teach one of their first year experience courses. So then I actually decided to redo the curriculum completely, rewrite the syllabus, and come up with completely new assignments that I felt like were gonna be a little bit more fitting for the students when it comes to them and their academic journey, and also getting them started with college, because the particular course that I was teaching, the first year experience course, hadn't been taught in about 5 or 6 years. So when they asked us as advisors to teach the course, there was really no rubric for it. So I created one. I definitely will say every campus that I go to, some of my coworkers and colleagues will probably describe me as more of a leader. I do tend to kind of take charge of situations, and I can be, that person. I'm very outspoken, and I'm always the type of person that's not scared to take that next step and lead. So that's what happened, and so I started that course on Georgia State campus, and it was the Perimeter College, and I was just thrilled to do so. After that, I transitioned and I moved up to an advisor 1 and advisor 2 at Georgia State. I transitioned to Kennesaw State, where I was the biology advisor and also helped with pre-med advising. Did that for a brief period of time, and shortly after that I transitioned to my home right now, which is Georgia Institute of Technology, Georgia Tech. So that is currently where I reside. As far as work, I started off in the electrical computer engineering department, and I was working with master's and PhD level students, which was great for me because I had only advised students on the undergrad level. So it was really nice to get that experience to work with students from a different walk, like students in a different way. So I did that for a year. After that, I transitioned to pre-health advising. So I was a professional advisor and working with students that were pursuing medical school, PT school, PA school, nursing school, any of the health professions. That was a great experience for me, and I will say I contribute that experience as one of my biggest career builders. During that experience, I was able to not only just advise, but I was able to then basically work as a programming manager in a way. It's called a track leader. So there is a first year experience program. It's a mega program at Georgia Tech. It's called Ignite, and it has 7 different tracks that's connected to it. So first year students just can decide which track they want to choose. They can choose between the research track, innovation track, pre-health track, which was me. There was the architecture track, first gen track, and so forth. So then there was 2 others that I'm not thinking of right now. But I was actually the track leader. So I would recruit all of the teachers that would teach the first year experience courses, the TLs. I would do all the programming for it. So I would host 6 high impact programs over the course of the summer. Very heavily involved in NASPA. I'm currently the co-chair of the NASPA Social Justice Committee. So I'm on that committee within the women's knowledge community. And that has been an amazing experience as well. Working with the national conference is great. I have loved it. I'm very, very big on advocating for women's rights in higher education. That's really a passion of mine. And what else I do? I'm also a professional career coach outside of higher education. So I have like a corporate job as well, part-time, where I'm a career coach professionally. Outside of work, I really enjoy to read. I read a lot, and that's my favorite hobby. I'm a mom as well. I have 2 daughters, and I also have a husband. So I wear a lot of hats, but I'm so happy to do so. All right, my leadership philosophy is definitely creating inclusive space where people can basically draw from other people's perspective. I'm really big on like collaboration, even though I'm more so like a lead type of person where I just kind of jump in and take action. I am very interested, and I'm always that type of person too that really love a collaborative approach to leadership. I definitely would say I really feel like having a collaborative approach really helps with shaping like a well-rounded team, and also where everybody feels heard. I do like to have a team where we all can talk about how we're going to approach a certain task or how we're going to get a certain job done. So I will say that I'm very big on collaboration as well when it comes to leadership. I feel like leaders can be very strong if they have a team that truly believes in their leader and we all believe in each other. And I also feel that it's important to lead by example. And so I am that type of person that lead by example when it comes to collaboration. And I really feel like having an inclusive leadership environment, that is very much so important. So that's my biggest philosophy, is just being, creating a safe space for everybody where everybody can feel heard and also included within that space. And finally, my career goals. My career goals is I hope to one day to be a dean of the Women's Resource Center, or to be a dean of Black Student Achievement, or to be a dean of the Multicultural Center, or something dealing in the field of like diversity, equity, inclusion. First gen, I'm very passionate about the first gen experience as well, seeing as though I come from a first gen background. And also there was a first gen summer program that I joined when I first got accepted to the University of Tennessee that really helped me transition into college. So that's something that I would be very interested in too. And of course, my career goals is always evolving. So I would love to be in this dean role or work in some type of upper level administration, but I also still want to remain student facing in a way. So I would love to teach part-time as well. That is something I'm interested in. Actually, moving forward after earning my EDD, I'm actually hoping to be able to teach part-time a leadership course for a university, an online university. I think that would be amazing. I love being in the classroom. I love teaching, and so if given the opportunity after this experience, I would love to join faculty somewhere in higher education.